Hold on. All right. So our challenge. Hi, everybody. Good evening. So we have 3 grants. So we have 3 grants that we're here to talk with you about tonight. The first one is for the Johnson Dental Clinic. So you get your papers there. So essentially, if you don't know, we have a free dental clinic inside the Boys and Girls Club. We just celebrate our 3rd anniversary. To this point, I think we've cleared over $2 million in free services to children across the community. What we are requesting is we are requesting $35,000 to continue to support our efforts in the dental clinic, specifically where we would be using $30,000 of these funds would be to support our volunteer coordinator, and the other $5,000 would be used for additional supplies and some of the dental equipment. We anticipate just continued and steady growth in the services that we're delivering, continued word of mouth, and with our volunteer coordinator, she helps us get out, recruit the volunteer dentists, the volunteer hygienists that help us deliver the services out to the community. Right now, if you sort of look at our picture here, we've determined that we've got about a 3-to-1 return. So for every $1 that we are able to secure, we're able to return $3 in services and the value of services. So I'm going to move to the next grant and assume we'll get questions at the end on all 3. The next grant is what we call ABCs to PhDs. It's actually a program inside of the program that we're running at Lincoln Lions Den. So the image, the one we're talking about, is the one with the yellow on front. What we're doing at that program specifically is that we are targeting homeless and low-income youth that attend Lincoln School, and we're focusing on really helping them improve things around attendance, behavior, and competency that really drives them towards success in high school graduation rates. What we're essentially doing is providing 3 hours a day of extra academic support, academic enrichment to children who are basically not up to the grade levels as determined by the teachers at Lincoln School and the principal at Lincoln School. We're requesting $20,000 for this program, and what the funds will be used for is to offer scholarships to families who are currently on the waiting list because of their inability to pay, and then to also help provide the scholarshiping funds. I would say 90% of the kids in the program today are unable to pay the fees to attend the program. Currently, we have about 6 families in this school year that are on our waiting list, and about 80+% of our families require reduced rates to attend. Success, you can see on the front, Lincoln School, the Lincoln principal, Superintendent Tarzian, has come out publicly and communicated that our program has been the key element that is helping kids achieve and close the academic and achievement gap for kids at Lincoln School. So it's a really vital program for that community. It's making a difference. We're moving the needle on closing the gap. What these funds would do is continue to basically help cover the participation fees for next school year so that these children can continue to attend and we can offer more children the opportunity. The 3rd grant I'm moving on to is the licensed childcare for children 5 through 8. What we've been seeing in the community over the last year as more jobs are lost or people's salaries have decreased, we're seeing a greater need for families that have school-age children that need childcare. What they've been doing is moving out of fee-based, our licensed childcare services, into our open clubhouse program. Especially the younger children, the 5 to 8-year-olds, are basically, their parents are placing them into our open clubhouse program. Open means that kids can come and go at their leisure. We're a clubhouse, not a child care center at the Boys and Girls Club. And the environment that they're walking into is we have about 380 kids a day from age 5 to 18 that are in our facility. So what we're looking to do is to help find money for these families, because trying to find child care subsidy funds right now for these families is very difficult. DHS is actually decreasing the amount that they're willing to give to these families to subsidize them. So what we're here doing is speaking for these families to help secure the basically child care funds so that they can put their young children into an appropriate program. Boys and Girls Club runs a licensed child care program. It's also known as STARS. But it is a fee-based program because you're paying for a state licensed program with smaller ratios. So our goal is to take about 100 children that are currently in our open clubhouse program between the ages of 5 and 8 and move them into the licensed childcare program that is located at the local elementary schools. And so the last message, and I'll leave it open for questions, that I want you all to hear is that there is, Boys and Girls Club of Corvallis, their reputation in the community is that we're a financially stable organization. We don't need funding. We don't need support. We're going to give the money to other nonprofits because the Boys and Girls Club will figure it out. So what I'm here to tell you is we need your help. So the demographics, the economic situation of our community has dramatically changed in the last year and a half, and we are feeling the impact, and we are record numbers of kids within our clubhouse. We've got children or parents dropping their kids out of childcare and putting them into open clubhouse, and they have no place to turn to find the funds. And I've inquired around the community about where can I send these families for help, and people just looked back at me. There is no place to send these families for help. So we're here asking to help support them to get their children into an appropriate environment for child care services. So those are the 3 programs that we have. I'll entertain questions. Yes?
On the United Way at Benton County, the sheet that we received from United Way, it says that the ABC's and PhD's program is new.
It is. It's a new, so I'm going to show you the picture on the front.
Right.
So Lincoln Lions Den is the umbrella program. We actually have, it's kind of a 3-legged stool, and I should let Becca speak to this. So
we already have a history working with the kids in academics as well, but what we'd like to do is tighten that up and make sure that we're reaching the kids in a way that's going to benefit them the best and fill in some of the gaps at the school. And so ABCs to PhDs is a way to specifically target attendance, behavior, and classroom or competency, and make sure that we really are hitting the mark with the kids and getting them into a mindset where they're learning how to set goals in life, and that the discussion about graduating high school and entering college is just as normal as it is in most upper income families.
Question. So you're working very closely, I would assume, with the school district on this?
Absolutely.
And they're supportive and
Yep.
encouraging you to continue doing this?
In fact, the principal at Lincoln School has said when I brought this plan up to him with the goal setting is that that's the one thing he feels they're really lacking at the school, and we've been working together on that.
How many outside licensed childcare we have?
every school but Franklin, and then of course Lincoln, because
Elementary
Lincoln,
schools.
I think there's six sites, 7 elementaries. So hand, yes.
For the school, the childcare, is that intended to be year-round?
It's
Or just during the school year?
so this is specifically for the school year for the 10 months. We do run a licensed childcare program during the summertime, but that is not included in this grant. This is
Okay,
just
so-
the cost
so
for
this is
school year.
just like a subset of the STARS program, so it's for the younger kids?
It is essentially the STARS program. What we're trying to do is target 5 to 8-year-olds, because if you really tried to move basically fifth younger into STARS, I would be here with 3 times the amount that I'd be asking for.
Well,
So.
no, but I'm just saying, so this is for specifically targeted for the 5 to 8-year-olds?
Correct.
But STARS will still be serving the entire group. The funds
Right.
would be towards getting more of the younger kids who are no longer attending.
Right.
Yes.
So these 5 to 8-year-olds, will they still be served in the program if the 120,000 is not there?
At the open clubhouse? Sure.
At the open clubhouse. So just
Oh, yeah.
Basically another level.
Yeah, what I'm trying to do is
services.
get them out of the open clubhouse structure and get them to the on-site licensed childcare program where they need to be. These kids need to be there.
The reality is that it's just overwhelming to walk into a room with 350 students when you're a kindergartner. And the Boys and Girls Club Charter is not meant to serve 5-year-olds.
Yeah.
Well, and the come and go as you please.
Yeah, they
that's
do.
very-
They
that's
do.
very-
And it is a self-directed schedule, so we have activity areas available for the children, but they have to direct themselves to that, and that's a very difficult skill for kindergarten, first grade, second grade to grasp.
Is there a compromise program? You could put some more supervision into the open program that would achieve some stability and some control?
If we could increase our either fundraising or grant funds to pay for staffing and payroll to do that. But the environment still is not the right environment for those youngest children. We're looking for a smaller classroom, more nurturing type environment where you can specifically program for 5, 6, 7-year-olds, 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds. Yes?
I'm sorry to cut things off here.
Yep.
We are out of time. Again, questions to me?